Welcome to the Let's Slow Down Summer Series. I'm your host, Anne Marie, and I'm here to help you surrender to summer with short podcast episodes that focus on adding simplicity and ease to your life. In embracing a slower vibe this season, the podcast will air bi-weekly every other Tuesday, with our regular weekly cadence returning in the fall. I'm excited to share that I'm writing a book. I'd like to encourage you to go to letsslowdown.net to sign up for updates on the release of Let's Slow Down, the book. Now let's get into today's summer short. Hello and welcome to the Let's Slow Down podcast. How has your summer been going? I took July off and really unplugged. I took some time to just summer, as I'm calling it, kind of like a verb. I wasn't working as much. I didn't keep to as much of a rigid schedule. We took a family beach vacation and I really had time to relax, and what a difference it made. I tried to take some of my own advice and focus on simple pleasures, which are so abundant always, but especially this time of year. That was actually the subject of my previous episode, number 82. Take a listen if you haven't had the chance yet. A lot of you really enjoyed that one from what I've heard, and I want to thank you, those of you who've provided feedback. When I get a message or an email from a listener letting me know how an episode made them smile or made them feel seen, it honestly makes my day, and it gives me so much energy and really fuels my motivation to keep going with this podcast. So thank you to those of you who have reached out. So this pause that I took in July really did refresh me. And sometimes as it's happening, you don't know, kind of feel like you're in limbo a little bit when you take a step back and do less, but just be patient with it. And it can be hard for people who are high achievers and who are doers and goers. It can really be a challenging change of pace, but try to lean into it and embrace it. And there will be so many benefits. And some highlights of my time off were our beach vacation and a lot of the simple pleasures that I've talked about. Enjoying lots of fresh produce from local farms. New Jersey is known for their peaches, tomatoes, and corn. They're all incredible right now, so we're making the most of those. And we also got to see as a family the Imagine Dragons concert last weekend at an outdoor venue, and it was so much fun. Really the epitome of summer. If you've never been to one of their concerts, I can't recommend them enough. They put on a great show, awesome music. They have a new album out, which is great. And they always share a positive message. So it was just a great time. We just really made the most of our summer. And all of this has helped me to really come into August with newfound inspiration, with focus, excitement to get back to it, put the finishing touches on my book, which hopefully will be coming out soon. There's such a learning curve with the self-publishing stuff, but I'm getting there. It's tough when everybody's still home and around. The kids are still home from school. So we're getting there. I've planned some really awesome new podcast interviews for the fall. And that leads me to what I want to talk about today. I'm thrilled to share that I have booked Dr. Gladys McGarey for an interview this fall. On my vacation, I had the chance to read several really great books, and one that inspired me was The Well-Lived Life by Dr. Gladys McGarey. She's a 103-year-old, still practicing doctor and mother of holistic medicine, as well as 6 children. In the engaging, fun read, Dr. Gladys reveals her powerful and life-changing secrets for how to live with joy, vitality, and purpose at any age. I want to talk about several of my favorite takeaways from the book. As this is still part of my summer short series, I promise I won't go too long with this episode, but I could honestly talk about this book all day. And if this type of reading interests you, I highly recommend this book. I'll definitely link it in the show notes, and I'm excited to have a chance to dig a lot deeper with Dr. Gladys during my interview this fall. So the book is nonfiction, but I think it reads like a story. On her website, it states that in a voice that is both practical and inspiring, Dr. McGarey shares her own extraordinary stories and eternal wisdom from her early childhood in India and a chance encounter with Mahatma Gandhi to her life as a physician and a mother of 6, and to her survival of both heartbreak and illness. And she doesn't just look backward, she looks forward. At 103 years old, Dr. McGarry has a 10-year plan and an inspiring vision for a healthier and more joyful future for all. What I love most is that she shares incredibly touching stories of events and healing in her own life and of many people she's helped in her practice. And the overarching theme is really to be a good person, trust yourself, pay attention, and honor this most precious life that we all get to live. Dr. Gladys has overcome many challenges. She started her medical practice in an era when that was pretty much unheard of for women, especially a mother of 6, healed herself from cancer actually 2 times, suffering the loss of a child and a painful breakup in her marriage. Dr. Gladys says that part of her secret to a long, well-lived life is based on a simple shift in perspective. She says that each of us came here to do something, and true health has nothing to do with diagnosing a disease or prolonging life just for the sake of it. It's about finding out who we are, paying attention to how we're called to grow and change, and listen to what makes our heart sing. If she could distill her life's work and her purpose in writing this book into one sentence, it would be this: to be truly alive, we must find the life force within ourselves and direct our energy towards it. She says when life gets tough, we don't drag our feet. Instead, we become curious and we engage even more. Even in the depths of our challenge, we still have access to gratitude. I find this perspective honest and refreshing, especially in a time when it feels like modern medicine is so focused on putting Band-Aids on symptoms, rather than getting to the root cause of illness and treating that instead. She doesn't dismiss Western medicine, she just recognizes the success she's had blending East and West philosophies in her life and her career. She looks at the whole body in a holistic way, mind, body, and spirit, and reminds us how important all 3 aspects are in our well-being. And she says when someone comes in with a headache, she might start by asking them about their dreams. And they might just spend a session talking to see what's on the patient's mind. In this way, she has helped so many on a path to greater health and happiness. I want to share her 6 secrets to a well-lived life with you, and I encourage you to read this book to learn more. So secret number 1, you are here for a reason. Finding your juice and discovering where to pour it. Secret number 2, all life needs to move. She addresses feeling stuck, moving through pain, and releasing what doesn't matter. Number 3, love is the most powerful medicine. She talks about love versus fear, the role of self-love, and how to let love in. Secret number 4, you are never truly alone. Life is connection, and how to find your friends and set boundaries. Secret number 5, everything is your teacher. How to stop fighting and find the lesson in everything. And secret number 6, spend your energy wildly. What is worth your energy? Making space for miracles, embracing your life, and knowing that wherever you are right now, you are right on time. I feel like so many of the points that she made, they've all been addressed on this podcast in one way or another through all of my amazing guests. And I think it really boils down to slowing down enough in your life to really be present and take stock and just focus on where you're at, how's it going. And I talk about a lot of this in my book that I'm writing, examining the lessons that life has thrown your way and really leaning into them, using them as important ways to learn and grow so that you can live more authentically as yourself and share everything that you have to offer with the world. Something that I love most about books like these are the wisdom that they contain. Every single page of The Well-Lived Life has a lesson to share. Dr. Gladys does it in an interesting, inspiring way. She's just incredible. Lessons that took Dr. Gladys over a century to learn She graciously shares with us over the course of a few hours and 230 pages. And I'll leave you with this today. What is your juice? Maybe you can easily answer that. Maybe you already did. And if you can, you are one of the lucky ones. Dr. Gladys says that each of us is here for a reason, to learn and grow and to give our gifts. And when we are able to do so, we're filled with the creative life energy that she calls the juice. The juice is our reason for living. It's our fulfillment, our joy. It's what happens when life is activated by love. It's the energy we get from the things that matter and mean something to us. It's what activates our desire to be alive. She reminds us that achieving this connection isn't necessarily the point. The search counts for far more, and the process of finding our juice keeps us vital. There's so much to learn from this book. So as we wind down today, I encourage you to take a few minutes and think about your juice and where you're pouring it these days. We still have a few weeks of summer left. So if this has sparked an interest, maybe it's the perfect time to read The Well-Lived Life and explore these ideas a little deeper. Moving forward, we'll have one more summer short episode before we get back into the regular weekly, mostly interview-style episodes of the Let's Slow Down podcast. Thank you for listening today. I hope that you're having a wonderfully restful, peaceful, and fun summer. And I'll see you back here in 2 weeks. Thank you for joining me for this episode of our summer short series. I hope you can slow down this season to enjoy a summer that rejuvenates you and fills your heart with meaningful moments and memories. If you crave more inspiration, feel free to go back and listen to some of the year's longer podcast episodes. And don't forget to leave a review and share with someone who needs it. As always, thank you for your support.